If you've never used Google Forms before, it's part of the Google Workspace, and it allows you to essentially create a web form that will collect information, and you decide what the questions are, whether they're multiple choice, whether they're free entry. Very easy to build, to create ways to collect information from folks. In my use case for this demo, I'm using a Google form that will allow me to give this to my team members so that when my marketing manager wants to request a new project, they can go in and fill in a Google form. This will collect all the information that I need to be able to manage this project and get it off the ground. So let's take a look at that example. We're going to start in the TruEdit web client just to show you here that I have an area of TruEdit for my project requests. And this is where new project requests are set up to go from the Google form into TruEdit. And that's managed by our product marketing team. So now let's go ahead and let's look at the Google form. And you'll see here for the demo, we made this very simple. But imagine we come in here and one of my colleagues comes in and wants to fill out a request form for a project. So first I'm asking for their email address, and then I'm asking what the name of the project is. And we're going to call this the new product launch brochure. And you know what? This is a very fast-moving project, so we want this to be ready on the 15th of June. So that's right around the corner, 2 weeks from now. And the last thing is a project code. We need to know what the billing ID is for this project. So NPL 145 or 126. And lastly, I'm asking the person submitting this to enter in any notes that they have for this project. So in my case, this is a full print and digital marketing campaign with all the bells and whistles. Please let me know what information you need. All right, and last thing, Google wants me to just verify I'm not a robot filling this out. Now that I'm ready, I can click Submit, and this will automatically submit my form. And I've just had it put a simple reply here that says, thank you for submitting your request, but you have the ability to completely customize what the reply Google gives you here. So now that that form has been submitted, we want to see it show up here in the web client. And TruEdit is going to do that by relying on our Zapier plugin. Here within Zapier, I have an automation here for the project request form. And that automation is set to run every 5 minutes. But we don't want to wait 5 minutes with all of you on the line. So I'm just going to run this right now. You'll see here it found one new response, and it automatically created the job in TruEdit. And it's really as simple as that. So now we go back to the TruEdit web client, and I'm just going to refresh the page. And we can see here now in the project requests folder, we have a new product launch brochure. I can hover over the comment, and I can see the note that was left. I can see the requested due date of 6/15. I can see here this was created on June 1st. So I've got all of that tracking information. And down below here, I've also captured the metadata that M. Leister was the person who requested this. So now I know who to follow up with about the request. I can go ahead and move that into another area of TruEdit. I can move it into my automation sample area, and then that becomes part of that project. I could go ahead and reassign this to the team member that's responsible for it. And Will, I think this is going to be something you're responsible for. So that'll notify Will by email, and he'll be responsible for fleshing out that project.
So this would be good for folks that don't even necessarily need to go into it. If you have some higher up managers or things that just need to be making assignments, that can just use a form that you set up on your own.
Exactly. So it's designed to capture that initial request. It's really a one-way entry point. And you know, we showed it with just a few little bits of information that we're capturing, but we can certainly capture a lot more. So just to show you how easy this is to set up, I want to go back into Zapier, and I'm going to edit this Zap. And you'll see here essentially what it's got inside of it is that I've created a trigger and an action. In this case, my trigger is a Google Forms app, and I've connected it to my Google account, and I've said to capture the information on my form, and if we look at this, it will then test it and gather it. So now that I've got test data, I can create an action by adding my TruEdit connector plugin, which is just added through a simple selection mechanism here in the UI. And once I've connected it to TruEdit, I can configure where I want this the content coming in, the form information, to be placed. So in my case, I want it to be put into my account, my tenant, in the project requests folder. And I'm using the project name from the Google form as my job name. I'm automatically using the profile of project and assigning it to the product marketing team, with sending an email to the assignee, so as soon as it comes in, everyone who's part of the product marketing team gets notified that the request was made with this status. And then for the job note, I'm putting in the notes that were entered in the form, and then you can see here down below I've also included that requested due date so that that's captured as well. And last thing is I'm taking that requested due date and filling in the due date metadata field that's in TruEdit. So you have the ability to gather all this information and choose where you want it to be saved within TruEdit.
So no development, you can just go in with the UI to create these.
Absolutely. So a non-developer can create this. And one of the things I love about the Zapier platform.